Hey, today I'm going to show you guys how to bake, open, and paint your headlights. In the United States, my car, the headlight, the housing comes in chrome, all of the Civics. I'm trying to make a Civic Type R replica, and the Type R has gunmetal housing. So right now mine is black because a couple years ago, my brother, he changed it to black housing, but the Civic Type R is gunmetal. That's why I'm changing it today. The first step you need to do is you're going to need to take off your headlights. So most cars are going to require you to take off the bumper and the grill, whatever, but then you're going to have to remove both the headlights. Take out the headlights, like I said, on both sides. Alright, you have your headlights. Now you want to take all the light bulbs out. You might have some right here, take that out. And then for this one, take out the little gasket, little seal. Take it out, and then take out your light bulbs. Take that. Take out any other things that you see on your headlight. And then you're going to take out all the screws. And then now you're going to have to take masking tape, and you're going to mask all the holes to have access inside. So I have a hole here, here, and here. I think that's all the holes I see. And then you want to cover all with masking tape. After you mask up all the holes, you want to put this in the oven. Make sure you put aluminum foil on top of the tray before you put the headlights on for baking. Preheat the oven to 220 degrees. Make sure it's on bake. Just gonna preheat it. 220 degrees on bake. Once it's preheated, you want to put it in the oven. Set it to bake, make sure it's baked, and put it for 8 minutes. Alright, take a hard knife like this and try to cut the glue. Just loosen up the glue. Try to work as fast as possible because it's going to cool down. You want to pry a little bit at a time, not too much or you'll break it. Check to see if you can open it. Mine's almost done. It's pretty fast. Usually I would have to preheat it, which we might have to do anyways. Pry it off slowly, not too hard. This is pretty fast. Usually, the other headlights I work on, I had to preheat it like at least 2 times, 2 to 3 times. This is only 1 time. It already came off. Voila. So if it was still hard, really hard, and you couldn't open it up anymore, stick it back in the oven and preheat it for another 8 minutes. That's the same temperature, 220 degrees. Just preheat it and then take it out and do the same thing. Okay? So, it's already open. Make sure you remove 2 screws. Well, I had 2 screws. One was right here and one was right here. So just take off the 2 screws and you can remove this. The lens. And then make sure if you have any reflectors, any other colored lens attachments, mine's right here, you unscrew that off. To take the old paint off, I'm going to use aircraft stripper, aircraft paint remover. And then I'm going to spray it on, leave it on for 15 to 30 minutes, like the instruction says. after using aircraft stripper, it took off all the old paint that my brother put on, but the chrome still stayed on. So I used 600 grit sandpaper, like people said, and I sanded off the chrome after the aircraft stripper, and it comes off very nicely, very nicely. So I'm gonna continue to finish it off. I just finished sanding down the entire housing, and this is what it looks like underneath the chrome. Now it's ready to paint. Make sure after you sand it, whatever, you have to wash it off because there's a lot of dust. That's exactly what I did, and then I dried it with a towel. Make sure you shake the can very well. I've already shaken this one for a good minute. Just make sure you shake it really well. And then you want to stand a safe distance away from your housing and spray. I just sprayed it, and I'm gonna wait for about 10 minutes for the next coat. I'm just gonna do 2 coats. I don't wanna make it too thick. So that's it. It's been 10 minutes, so I'm gonna start doing the second layer. I'm gonna shake the can again. I already shook it for a minute. And start the second layer of coat. That's the second layer of coat. I'm gonna stop here and let it dry. After your housing is done drying, I left mine overnight because usually you don't have to leave it overnight. You can just put it in right after it's painted for like 30 minutes or whatever. But I just wanted mine to be perfect this time, so I left it overnight so it can dry completely. So I'm gonna put it in. Make sure you install everything back together. Like I have this cap. So that's all I have, and then I'll put it back. When you put this back, it won't go in all the way because the glue is still hardened. So just put it back as best as you can. Like this. Mine will be like right here. So when you put it back in slightly, as best as you can, you're gonna put it back in the oven, reheat it for 8 minutes at 220 degrees like before. This will loosen up the glue so you can push it back in. Remember to put it on bake and then preheat it at 220 degrees. Once it's preheated to 220 degrees, put it back in like before. So for 8 minutes. Push it all the way back in. Mine looks perfect. I don't have to reheat it again. Nice and easy. This is what I use. Ultra Gray silicone gasket maker. I got it at an auto parts store because this one's easy to spread and you can use my fingers, but the thing is you gotta work really fast or it'll get really tight on your fingers. This is what it looks like when it's sealed. I hate this part the most. It's so messy. All sealed. Once you put the silicone on, you want to put everything back on. Take all this out. Put the headlights back in. There you go. Now it's time to put it back in the car.